Hi guys, this is Mrs. Parham. Today I'm going to show you how to draw an optical illusion like this. Here's one that's done by a student. So let's get started. First thing you're going to do, just any paper is fine. You can use a pencil, a school pencil. If you are using a special drawing pencil, I would use the hard pencil, which will be the one that you use for sketching. I would start with that. So like an H pencil, HB, one of those. You don't want to use your 6B for your outline. Okay, I'm going to use a normal pencil. Also, you can use a Sharpie. So if you have a fine tip Sharpie, which some of you have them in your supply bag, then you can use that as well. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is think about your size of paper. You don't want to make your illusion very, very big because that'll take you a very long time. So I would do about a quarter of the paper. I'm going to put mine right in the middle, and then I have several inches on the outside here. So I'm just going to put 4 dots here. This is a nice way to make a square like this, and then I kind of use that as guidelines. I got a moth that is attacking me right now. I think it does not like the smoke from our fires, so I'm just going to do my square like that. Okay, and then you're going to put a dot right in the middle. Okay, from that dot, you're going to draw lines outward and connect them to the edge here. You can even do curved lines. So if your lines aren't totally straight, that's okay. So if you have like a line like that, that's going to work also if you want to try to get more advanced going there. If you have a straight edge, something like a book or something like that, and you want to draw your lines with that, that would work as well. You could get pretty straight lines like that. I like to do that some of the times, but you don't have to have perfectly straight lines. That's just up to you and if you want to or not. Okay, get all the lines in there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to be creating your contour lines so that we can make this look like it's curved. So remember, what I like to do is I like to do my air circles and then set my pencil down when I feel like I have a good one. So I'm going to do an air circle, and then I'm going to set my pencil down when I think I have a good one. What I don't want to do is I don't want to draw my line and try to curve it like this, trying to curve it, because guess what? That's not going to curve enough. So you really have to actually do a circle and set your pencil down and then continue the circle around. So you're going to set your pencil down and continue that around. That's really going to start to make it look like three-dimensional. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to skip this first one and go to the second one, and you're going to shade that in, and that's going to be really dark. I am going to leave like a highlight spot right here, but other than that, I'm going to make this as dark as my pencil will go. And then just right in the middle, I just leave the ever so slightly kind of like a shimmer going there. Okay, that's going to draw all the way down to here. So you can even put a little line, very, very light line there, so you can erase that later. So I'm going to skip this next ribbon area, and I'm going to put it right in here. So I'm going to shade in this one. Also, I'm going to leave that center open so that it'll be a highlight. Make that really light right there, as light as I can. And what I'm drawing on is a stack of papers. So I just have like a bunch of paper, printer paper, and then that makes it kind of soft to draw on. So if you do have a couple sheets of paper at least to put underneath you, that makes it a little bit easier, I think, to draw, a little bit more pleasant. Okay, so I'm going to skip this next one, and then I'm going to go to this one. Okay, so then I'm going to shade that guy in, and this one I'm going to, as I do these first, I'm going to make them really like as dark as I possibly can. And then just ever so slightly lift up my pencil and make this little shimmer here. And if you sharpen your pencil right when you start, this is going to make the drawing a lot nicer. probably could have sharpened my own pencil a little bit before I started there. Okay, and then skip this one, and then we're going to go to the last one. I'm going dark again. Kind of clean up those edges. Whoops, made a little mistake. That's okay. I'm just going to wrap that around then. Mistakes are totally okay because they're hand drawn, and I actually like to see the mistakes on stuff because then I know it's homemade. Okay, so now I'm going to go in on the light spots, and now this is where we're using our value scale, and we're going to shade dark, and then we're going to leave this highlight here, dark, and then leave the highlight. Now, if you have a Sharpie, you could do something like this. You want to leave the inner part here open so that it will be light and look like a highlight. Okay, so now I'm going to go in. I'm going to start on this big one right here so you can see this. I'm going to actually curve my pencil around. I'm going to do sort of like contour lines as I go. I like for it to kind of make sense. Like I don't want to make my lines totally like straight because I want it to look like a curve. So I'm going to make my contour lines curved and then kind of lift up the pencil. As I'm coming in, I kind of lift up and kind of feather it inwards. Okay, and then I'm going to just go back in and just kind of make this a little bit darker here on the edge so it really gives it some, there we go. And then I'm going to do this one. Maybe that's even a little bit too dark, so I'm going to see if I could go a little bit lighter on this next one. Curve my lines in, a little bit darker on the edges. Okay, curve my contour lines, and my contour lines are actually so close together that it becomes shading. Okay, and then do the next one here. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so then we're going to go to the next one. Now, with the next one, this right here is the shape of a U. That's the shape of a U. So on the next one, what I want to do is the shape of an N. So if this one is a U, the next one is going to be an N shape. That way we kind of have the illusion that this is going around and around. So I'm going to match this up here to this corner, and I'm going to do an N, and I'm going to do my air circle, and then I'm going to set my pencil down. Air circle and set my pencil down as I go. Air circle, set it down, because we really want this to be very, very curved. Okay, I messed that one up a little bit. That's no problem. Erase that one. Air circle, and then set my pencil down. Okay. Air circle, set my pencil down. It's okay if I have multiple because I'm going to shade that in. You want to really go around and finish your circle. Okay, that way it really looks curved. I don't want to just end there because then it sort of flattens out. So I'm going to curve it and then I'm going to keep curving it, bring it right around in there. Okay, so now I'm going to go do opposites here. So this one's going to be really dark. This one's going to be light. This one's going to be dark. Okay, so I'm bringing that in, make that really dark. Just leaving that little bit of highlight there. Okay, this one's light. This one's going to be dark. Okay, and I'm going to leave my highlight right in here. Dark. Dark on the edges, and then I just barely lift up as I'm coming towards my highlight. Now remember, I have all these extra lines there. There's no problem because I'm going to cover those up. Okay, and then this one. And I just ever so slightly lift my pencil up there so I can have my highlight line. And remember, when we're doing these light spots, this is the same thing you learned with your value scale, pressing your pencil down to make it darker and really lifting it up, having some control over your pencil. Okay, so here we go. We're going to press lightly as we come up. Now you can do straight, but let's go back to curve. I like these curved lines. They take a little bit more effort, but I think it's going to look more realistic if I have my contour lines curved like that, a little bit darker on the edges. We want to keep the highlight light right in this middle area here. We can always go back over it with an eraser if we did it too dark. And basically, we're going to continue around. This is why I didn't want you to make it too big because it would take you forever. You can work on this for a little bit, then do some of your other work, schoolwork, and then come back to this. So you could kind of leave this open on your desk and be working on it over the next couple days. And that way your hand won't get so tired and cramped up from doing all this drawing that you're maybe not quite so used to. You can do maybe 1 or 2 of these bands per day, and then you'll get it done. I really want to make this blended here, so I'm going to come back in. If you're not using contour lines, then you definitely want to, as you're shading something round, you want to be using like a curved hand, curved scribbles here. Okay, and then, if you had your Sharpie, you could come in, kind of clean this up a little bit. You don't have to have a Sharpie for this. And you could, do your contour lines in like this. Originally, you could do that too. So you could just add a little bit more in there. And I'm going to see if take my pencil in there and get it a little darker in there. That's going to just give it a little bit more pop. Right? It gave it a little darker edge to that. Okay, so you'll keep going all the way around. You're going to be doing a U, and then the next one is going to be an N. Don't forget to wrap your circle all the way around. This one's a U, so this one is going to be an N. I'm going to do backwards N. Finishing up your circles all the way around, so they're really, really curved. Okay, then the next one would be a U. Do your air circles. Okay, and then once you're done with this, you're going to take a picture with your Chromebook of your drawing, and then you're going to turn it into Google Classroom. Don't forget, you need to press Add, and then you're going to press File, and then you are going to find your picture and click on Upload, and then turn in. Thanks for watching.